There, this is Chris from MoneyHub, and this video summarizes our comprehensive pet insurance comparison guide. So we've prepared a lot of research and made sure that everything is very much kept up to date. We've gone through 7 insurers, and we're constantly adding insurers as they launch. And what we want to make sure is that people understand pet insurance, they know what they're covered for, what they're not covered for, and if they do want to buy it, making sure they've got the right cover and they're not overpaying. So without further ado, I'm just going to quickly summarize, the basics here, and more or less, all the pet insurers within New Zealand will cover your pet generally, but the issue is how much cover you can actually get. So if your pet is over 7 or 8 years of age, that tends to limit the amount of cover. But at the same time, you can always insure and know what cover you will get. It will just be a bit limited. If it's a cat or a dog, i.e. puppy or a kitten, then it's much easier. And if it's a 1 or 2 year old dog or cat, then that is quite easy as well. Just as a background, there's 2 types of ways to pay for pet insurance. You can either co-payment, which means you'll be charged, say, 20% or 15%, 10% of the total cost. The alternative to that is full cover, where you pay in excess. So, say a vet bill is $1,000. If you have a 20% co-payment, then you'll pay $200. If you have a excess plan and the excess is $150, then you'll pay $150. So we've comprehensively reviewed all this, and we want to make it clear, but it's really essential to have a read through it, because there are a lot of things to know about pet insurance, and it's not so obvious unless you have a read through our guide. Pet insurance does have a strange reputation. A lot of people have it, and they just want to make sure that they're protected from big costs. At the same time, a lot of pet owners don't have it because they don't like the idea of ongoing payments. So that's fair enough. We totally understand that. The purpose of this guide is to really just show you what the costs can be, and for both surgeries or accidents, as well as the ongoing costs of pet insurance, and then you can decide what suits you. This is certainly not a push for pet insurance. We just want to inform people. Just as a background, we've done a little bit of a summary here for costs. They can be expensive, but at the same time, it is rare, perhaps, that a chipped tooth on a cat, surgery to remove something that the cat ate, or something kidney related for a dog. These are all like $2,000, $3,000, $5,500 costs, and certainly something to consider when you insure for your pet. But at the same time, the frequency of these coming up isn't as if it's every kind of 6 months that your cat will have something like this or your pet will have something like this. It's just good to keep a note that these are some of the higher costs. We've also covered a range of frequently asked questions, and that explains how pet insurers work, and also, what you're going to be covered for. So you're going to be covered for the vet fees relating for injuries, illnesses, or accidents per your policy, and also for ongoing conditions, as long as they're not pre-existing, and then hereditary conditions or anything like that, as long as you don't know about them when you take out the policy. And then, losing your pet to theft, reward money, some policies cover that. And then also looking at, policies for excess things like pet replacement, there is also that as well. So whatever you do decide to choose, make sure it is covered for what you actually need, because it's very easy to get the cheapest, which is usually accident only. But then if your pet develops something that's not stemming from an accident, or it's nothing to do with an accident, then you'll get no coverage whatsoever. So it's just worth keeping that in mind. There are a lot of exclusions as well. And generally, this is going to include the injections, checkups, worming, flea stuff, everything like that. And then you're not going to be covered if it's something to do with breeding cats or dogs, some organ transplants, some infectious diseases if it wasn't vaccinated, and then sort of anything that you've done, like by accident or not, to mistreat or to failure to protect, then that's also problematic in terms of claiming. And then for pre-existing conditions, you can claim on them, but there are exclusions if they already exist, and you just need to work through um, what your policy will be and raise it all with the insurer. The best thing you can do is talk to the insurer about anything pre-existing. Don't try and hide it because it will come up, and then you're going to get no cover at all. At the same time, you'll be paying for pet insurance that you arguably have less claim on or can't claim on it. So there's just some information there to kind of get you covered. Self-insurance, a lot of people will think, okay, well, I don't really want to spend, $50 a month, $70 a month on this. Can I just save up some money? And yes, you can absolutely do that. That is quite popular. And of course, people insure, just to protect themselves from full risk. But at the same time, you have to be realistic about, your options. So if this is something that you want to do rather than be chained to a pet insurer, then many people are, as I said, sort of contributing money into some sort of pet fund. What suits you is going to just come down to your personal finances, and there's nothing else that we can sort of say on that. Now, with regards to must-know tips, first of all, you have to disclose everything. That's totally essential. There's no point, hiding things. As I said previously, that is going to come out. Some pets just can't get insurance. That's totally fine. It's not widespread. Certainly town dogs and things like that will be covered in most cases. But some farm dogs won't be, and then sort of any kind of racing, hunting, or any other dog like that won't be covered either. It's switching is going to be a problem if your pet is over 7 or has pre-existing conditions. That's just because it's a risk for insurers to take that on, and they don't like the fact that okay, like you're going to pay a monthly fee or a fortnightly fee, but at the same time, the risk can be quite high. So if you are looking to get a policy, the best thing to do really is just to get lots and lots of quotes and then choose the provider with the best cover and the best price, which we explain or suggest down below. That we sort of shortlist some providers that we've seen their results from, but that's of course the best approach is to make sure that you're happy and you've got that like a range of quotes to compare. The best thing is it doesn't take long to arrange them, so you'll be able to get like a handful of quotes within 10-15 minutes and then make a decision from that. Of course, the lower the excess, the higher the monthly cost. So this is just coming down to what you can afford right now for a vet bill. Should you want to be able to just like walk away with $100 or something like that, then of course the monthly cost will be higher. $100, sorry, for the excess. Whereas if you raise the excess, say 300, 400, then of course that is a big upfront cost, but the ongoing cost will usually be lower. So this is, that's for excess. We are saying that co-payment or percentage share can be costly, especially because you think, oh, well, it's okay, I'm going to, get 25% covered. But, 25% of $3,000 or $5,000 is, the $5,000 is $1,250, which is a lot, especially when you're already paying for pet insurance. So maybe sometimes co-payment isn't the best, and it's really just going to come down to what you feel is that you can afford or what's best for your budget. Multi-pet policies also come up, so if you have a dog or a cat or 2 dogs or whatever, there are savings to be made there, but don't assume that's the best deal because it is worth getting quotes for like both animals from everybody and not just looking at a like some sort of special offer. So we've just comprehensively walked through, and we've looked at co-payment. We've also looked at accident only, and we've looked at basic policies and medium pet insurance as well as premium. And it's just good to have a review of that just to understand what the different options are. And then we've also gone through some examples of some Jack Russell and also of a tabby cat. And from there we've been able to get some information and like what's covered and what's not covered. So that's definitely worth having a read through. And we just want to leave you with here some must-know facts. So as I said previously, if you own more than one pet, you probably will get a discount. Just check always online to see if there's specials or discounts as well. Sometimes there's promo codes, sometimes there's all sorts of, short-term offers. And then if you're not that happy with the price, but you like you prefer a specific pet insurer, then it is best just to like negotiate with them straight up and just like directly and say, well, look, I want to be a client of yours or a customer of yours, but this is the price I'm looking for, and is that something that you can meet? You are covered sometimes if you want to cancel a holiday because of your pet getting sick. I know this seems quite extreme, but if that is of concern, then you will be able to find a pet insurance policy that covers that. Of course, you will have to pay more for it. And then, previously I mentioned if your pet goes missing, there is cover as well for replacement costs and reward money, which is a sad situation, but it is, part of the higher end policies. And then, if you get sick as well and your pet needs to go into boarding, then that can be covered depending on the policy. So to conclude on pet insurance, we're comfortable with the fact that co-payment plus the excess options are most appropriate for New Zealand pet owners. But at the same time, the best way to get what's right for you is just to collect a whole bunch of quotes. That's the only way you're going to know where you stand. We've linked to all the providers down below, so you can go ahead and just go and see, what's available, and from there you'll be able to lock down something if that suits you. Do know that you're not signed in or you're not locked in to a long-term contract with pet insurance. You can quit any time. Usually the prices are cheaper if you pay annually versus monthly, and at the same time, if you've got like multiple pets, then it's going to get cheaper as well, overall from the per pet discount. Be careful though with making sure that you don't overinsure, because it is easy just to feel as if, okay, well, I'll get the full premium package, but maybe you're comfortable with the medium only, depending on your pet, and that can save quite a lot as well. And to adjust the excess, you can also see big savings or big movements in the monthly or annual cost. So it's worth playing around there. Now, if you have any questions about pet insurance, please do let us know. We've got a very helpful comments section below as part of the video. We're very responsive to when people leave comments, so please feel free to. We will respond. And if you have any other questions beyond that, you can also email us at MoneyHub, and you can find our details in the contact section on the website. Thank you very much for watching. We look forward to hearing from you.